some like surf body models from California.
And a saber-toothed tiger.
A CGI saber-toothed tiger and some Egyptian pyramids.
Yeah,
that's all I know.
Nothing mixed with anything. I'm like, the saber-toothed tigers wouldn't have been around with pyramids.
No, it made no sense whatsoever.
What's going on here? And it's just, all right.
Right.
Now, that one sucked.
Right. And then I think their latest masterpiece was it 2012?
I didn't even watch that. I won't.
No,
I made the mistake of watching it. I said, if nothing else, there's, yes, it's going to be CGI, but I said they spent about $500 million on this movie.
It should be awesome.
John, no, I didn't say that. Come on, who are you talking to? I did not say that. What I said was, when it comes on free cable, I will take a look at it.
It's not even worth Netflix browsing.
No, and it wasn't. No, was it John Cusack in it, if I remember correctly, who's in a lot of these bad movies for some reason?
I have no clue.
But this is this is 2012 where a guy outruns the mega volcano that erupts in Yellowstone National Park.
Yep.
He outruns the volcano in a camper.
I remember that. Actually, I do remember that. That was pretty bad.
Did we see it?
Yes, we did.
I just
he
can't
was
recall.
dodging all the fireballs coming down, magically out of the RV. None of them hit him.
Oh, my goodness.
Right. And they went from the RV to the light private plane. And in this light private plane, they outraced the cloud, what do you call it?
The vapors, the gas vapors from the volcano.
Cloud from the world's largest volcano.
And the ground's crumbling below them, and then the plane doesn't fall in that.
That just brought up so many bad memories.
It was horrible.
For me. That was completely vacant from my mind.
They landed somewhere in Japan or something.
China.
Yeah, where they let them in, and they all survived happily.
Yeah.
What was left of the population. But, yeah, I do remember that, and I did block that one out. I pulled a Tony Jones until you reminded me of that one.
Yeah. So I'm willing to, what I think I'll do, because that would give us the rest of our top 10 list right there if we included all those movies. So let's just that one will stand for all the ones I mentioned by those brothers. Okay, we'll just 2012.
So those brothers are kind of like the M. Night Dingalong Dong of sci-fi.
Yes.
Yeah, because that guy, he can't produce a movie
You don't
I
like anything from M. Night Shyamalan at all.
M. Night Dingalong. That's his name.
Dingalong. What did you think? Just out of curiosity, though, you have to have a warm spot in your heart for Signs.
No.
No, not even when they had the plastic foil cones on their heads?
The only warm spot I had for that movie is the fact that it scares Deadly Dan. Yes, Deadly Dan. I just said that on radio. You were afraid of the alien on the roof in Signs.
Wow. Somebody was scared of that.
Yep. If you dress in an alien costume and go into his window, he might throw his video game controller at your head.
Okay. And Deadly Dan, we are speaking of one of our associates. Not here to defend himself right now, but that's not a big deal. We will backstab whenever possible to get a cheap pop.
I'll backstab him when we're in front of him. That's his thing. Yeah. I'll back in front stab him. He knows it. He openly told me that. He never said this is a secret. Don't tell. So
no, because he openly speaks of his phobias of aliens.
Yeah.
Okay, that explains it. If somebody has a phobia of aliens,
that movie was horrible. The only one that M. Night Dingalong put out that was entertaining was Devil, the elevator one.
Oh, he did that?
Yeah,
I didn't even realize that.
That was the only entertaining he ever put out that I enjoyed.
Okay, what about the other one where, and again, it's dumb, but I enjoy it. It's one of those ones, like guilty pleasures, I guess you would say. What's that one where people start going crazy because of pollen from the plant?
The Happening.
The Happening?
I actually liked that one for the concept of the movie.
Strike three.
It was so neat.
Get me the yellow pages.
Yeah, the only problem was that when the construction workers started falling off the buildings at the beginning, it reminded me too much of Monty Python. The old Monty Python troops, a gag they might have done.
Yeah.
But yeah, the concept wasn't bad. I mean, especially when
it was unique.
Yeah, especially when now it's spring. The pollen is so thick in the New England air.
Yeah, I mean this year especially, this is the prime year of people being sick and homebound from the trees.
The trees are killing us.
Here. Shots. Now there's hippie music playing down below.
I'm not sure if that's hippie music.
They're trying to serenade you from bleeding out.
I heard another shot.
All right, well let's drown out the shots and the strange vibrations. Let's go to some Pig Destroyer. That'll do it. The Pig Destroyer covering a Stooges tune, Down in the Streets, on the Haunted Cabaret on Rhode Island Free Radio. All right, that was Pig Destroyer, and this is the Haunted Cabaret, and what we are discussing this episode is world's worst science fiction movies ever. And yes, I'm glad to know that we have, it's kind of like repressed memories, I guess, right? Like right in this very studio, like we've had a few people here, actually say, their eyes lit up with horror, and say, oh my God, I had forgotten that. So I guess, next to, preteen child abuse, the thing most repressed in this society is bad movies.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, now, Chuckles, do you have a, let's open it up like Nurse Misery and Chuckles. I've been ranting about my least favorites. I'll interrupt myself. Yeah. Is there anything I haven't mentioned that really comes to mind that is gag-inducing?
There's a good one that you haven't mentioned, and it was supposed to be the next big thing to the Aliens franchise, and it bombed hysterically, and it was horrible.
And could it be?
Species.
That's
1
not. That's not
and
the one.
2.
That's not the one I thought you were going to say. But
No, I wasn't going into that one because that one did well in theaters, and they're making a second one, and it's not worth mentioning that again.
okay.
Species was horrible, and they made 3 more, and both of the 2 and 3 went to video. It wasn't bad enough. You had the female that turned into this weird alien creature. Now the chick was hot. It's just.
Well, I think it was back. I think you got it backwards. I think it was the weird alien creature that turns into the hot chick.
Yeah, and she was hot when turned into the hot chick, and I would have fallen for that. But then they put the second one out with Patrick. That was horrible.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. It wasn't that great. I wouldn't say that, one of the most worst of all time.
Here we go. Some more.
Okay, go ahead. Give us another one.
When they turned RoboCop PG-13, you destroyed it with the Oriental karate fighting robot things in there.
No.
That was
okay,
bad.
all right. I've just had my own awakened, repressed memory moment.
You regurgitated.
It was your turn.
Yeah, remember that? Anytime you took RoboCop and you turn them PG-13, you just ruined that franchise. It was never meant to be PG-13. Thank you for doing that because the first 2 were flipping awesome, and then you killed it afterwards. Another one, and I know people aren't going to agree with this, and I'm hating on these movies, but it was bad. AVP 2. That was not bad because storyline, bad because visually you couldn't watch anything.
So dark.
It was so dark, and I didn't want to go back and watch it again because the one thing I was looking forward to being an evil clown was watching that alien nail that kid. And it was so dark, you couldn't see it. The liberals won. You couldn't watch the alien ripping up the kid. Why not?
And there's your
Why are we?
politics
Yeah, why are we
the
able to
club.
watch a lion ripping up a kid, but we can't watch a
An
sci-fi
alien, right.
alien ripping up a kid that volunteered to be in the movie?
Well, I'll tell you, ripping up kids is still it's done, but not too often. You have to be a
It's
you have to-
tiptoed.
you have to be a filmmaker with quite a bit of clout, to be able to massacre a kid.
Do it. I say.
Yeah,
do
I
it.
mean, the first. Actually, I'm thinking that the first time I saw a kid get the business really, was Stephen King's Pet Cemetery.
Yep.
When
the little boy.
tractor trailer ran the kid over.
Yep.
Now, you didn't see him go under the tire, but it was, graphic enough. In other words, a little kid died.
Come on.
In a horror movie.
You got to say a part in you was happy when you found out Newt was dead in the third one. I mean, I was rooting for that queen to get her and rip her apart.
In the third Alien movie.
And then when you found out in the third
Yeah.
one she didn't survive, I was happy. The alien won.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about the third Alien movie is, because they cut the budget and they did away with Newt off screen.
Right.
I mean, that's, the kids who didn't die in movies. Now, this isn't, obviously it's not an all-time bad movie, but there is another category of movie which would be movies I enjoyed except, and I think this is its own special form of hell because you're enjoying the movie, but there's one thing that's going on that keeps going on. Kind of like, I don't know,
For Aliens 3, what would that, I'm trying to think, what would that be?
Aliens 3?
What would be that one thing that pissed you off going through that, besides the Newt thing?
Oh, no, just the Newt thing in Aliens 3.
Because that movie was generally a pretty
That
good
wasn't
flick.
a bad movie. A lot of people were disappointed about Alien 3 because after Aliens 2, the next, I said it, and a lot of Alien fans, we were expecting that Part 3 would be the big budget Aliens Reach Earth.
Yeah, but I thought it was awesome because it went back to its original.
No, it was.
Yeah, like scary
it
creature.
was a good movie. So the problem was that a lot of us fans didn't get what we expected and what we wanted. That's what the disappointment was. Now, you're 100% right. Now, I watched that movie again recently, and that's a damn good movie.
They bring the fright back. Now, didn't they give you that big budget in AVP 2? I mean, 1? I mean, they gave you that budget.
Yeah.
And then they turned that movie PG-13 too, if I'm not correct.
Yeah.
Which was a no-no in that world of the field.
Oh, which brings me, before I lose my train of thought, which brings me back to, I like this movie, but Jurassic Park. And we're going, I'll give you a little lead into, Chuckles' Crypt. Next episode, we'll be discussing this very franchise. But Jurassic Park, I enjoyed the dinosaurs. I enjoyed the concept is awesome. I mean, the concept goes to Michael